Hello, welcome to the Everything College Football Podcast. Today we're going to break down some of Saturday's top games. We're going to provide our analysis and predictions to get you geared up for this weekend. First, we start with Army-Navy. Navy won last year 31-7, ending a 3-year winning streak for Army, but Army is 7-2 this season, winning 4 of the last 5, while Navy has struggled as they sit at 3-6, dropping their past 4. The midshipman defense has played its best games of the year last 2 weeks, giving up only 29 total points and less than 300 yards in both contests to 2 of the conference's better offenses in Tulsa and Memphis. The offense has been hurt by inexperience at quarterback, as neither Dalen Morris or Xavier Arline have been great in understanding this unit. The fullback dive has been the only effective running play, which is quite shocking considering Navy led the nation in nearly 400 rushing yards per game last season, as they have yet to get the speed option working much this season. They've also lacked efficiency on early downs, leading to more passing situations, as their 13.2 passing attempts per game is the most since 2012 when Keenan Reynolds was in town. Army, on the other hand, is third in rushing, posting over 296 yards per game with a balanced attack. Sandon McCoy is the team's short yardage back with 10 touchdowns, but they'd like to keep a balanced attack on the offensive side. The Black Knights defense could be the difference maker in this one, as they have yet to allow 400 yards in a game this season, although they have given up 100-plus rushing in 5 straight games. The biggest problem for Army is their inconsistency on offense, where they've turned the ball over 6 times in the past 2 games. Forcing turnovers could be a key for Navy in this game, as they have struggled to pass the 50-yard line for a majority of the season, and being set up in short field situations will do wonders for this unit. This game is typically built around toughness and grit in the trenches, and Navy has shown that each of the past 2 weeks, mainly on the defensive side, as Diego Fagot has been a tremendous leader for Navy. The Ships will need its offense to stay balanced in the time of possession category to prevent its D from being worn down, and if they can get to the fourth quarter, this is all game. I like the Black Knights in this game, as you don't have to worry about Army's offense. While on the other hand, it's tough to trust this Navy offense to get going and establish consistency, especially against a team that can match their physicality level. I like Army in this game, 24-7. Next up on the docket is Georgia and Missouri, which is one of 2 ranked matchups this weekend. Georgia's offense is much different since JT Daniels took over, throwing for 540 yards and 6 touchdowns on a 70% completion rate. The Dogs have also scored 30-plus points in both of those contests. Missouri is fresh off a 50-48 shootout win versus Arkansas in a game that featured over 1,200 total yards. Connor Blazlick and Larry Roundtree have provided typical Eli Drinkwitz balance, as they've been an impressive QB running back duo this season, have escorted the Tigers to back-to-back 600-yard performances. The Georgia defense has been less than stellar at times throughout the season, and this is a good chance for the Tigers to see if the future of this offense is truly in good hands. Missouri's defense is led by one of the nation's best linebackers in Nick Bolton, but it's been a very inconsistent season for the Tigers defense. They've really struggled in the back end while allowing offenses to establish balance. That's been a real issue, and UGA possesses the same threat. I believe Missouri will play one of its better games of the year on Saturday and will hang around, but JT Daniels makes some plays late, as his defense will tighten up in the second half, propelling Georgia to a 14-point victory. We shift to Coral Gables, as Miami is set to host North Carolina in a ranked matchup between 2 high-powered offenses. Taylor King's been stellar for Miami this season, accounting for 24 touchdowns and over 2,800 yards. King carries this offense at times, and with Brevin Jordan back into the lineup, this offense becomes tougher to contain. The Tar Heels' defense appears to be at a disadvantage, as they're the Achilles heel of this football team, giving up over 30 points per game in conference play. North Carolina's offense, on the other hand, is one of the nation's best, with Sam Howell's phenomenal supporting cast totaling over 500 yards in 7 of the past 8 games, with Notre Dame shutting them down being the lonely outlier. The Canes' defense remains stout in the trenches, as Quincy Roche and Jalen Phillips have been phenomenal this season, posting 14 tackles for loss each. While defensive back Bill Bolton has been a pleasant surprise, but the Tar Heels are going to look to run the football and capitalize downfield with its RPOs, and although the Canes should defend the run quite well, it's tough to anticipate what Miami team will get on Saturday, as 3 of the last 4 games have been decided by less than 1 score. Miami held Javonte Williams and Michael Carter in check a season ago, as UNC totaled only 97 rushing yards on 36 attempts, but the duo has rushed for 900 yards each this season with a combined 23 touchdowns, and North Carolina is also more sturdy up front. I think this is really going to be a shootout. That's what I expect from this game. I think North Carolina is going to walk away with this one 45-41. On screen, you will see some predictions for other games taking place this weekend. I like Colorado to stay unbeaten, as the Utah offense has been quite subpar this far. Also like Baylor to upset Oklahoma State, as the Bears are much better than their 2-6 record indicates, ranking 4th in the Big 12 in total defense, as well as USC and Florida taking care of business in their respective contests. That's all for this episode of the Everything College Football Podcast. Next week, we'll be back with in-depth breakdowns for Conference Championship Weekend. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and check out our website at everythingscollegefootball.com. Thank you and have a great day.